Anime has a peak fiction problem. This problem might seem inconsequential to a lot of people, but anyone who's been in the community long enough has watched how this part of the culture didn't just show up, it took over. It's made discourse more toxic, and if taken far enough, it can even start affecting the creative process of anime itself. You think I'm overreacting? Stick around. And know, before you say it, I'm not unemployed. To make this quick, peak fiction is a term people use to describe media they believe is some of the best ever made. It's not just anime fans, it's everywhere now. But anime culture has fully embraced it. And that comes with problems, because the term stopped being praised and started becoming a label. And if you're already thinking, this doesn't matter, it's just slang, that mindset is literally the reason this problem exists. The first issue is how peak fiction culture overlaps with people who call themselves media literate. You know the type. People who tie a huge chunk of their self-worth to the perceived quality of the anime they like. I'm not saying everyone who says peak is pretentious. I do it too. What I'm saying is, the people who are obsessed with having their favorite anime be seen as high art are a problem. The thing is that these people don't just like their favorite shows. They defend them like their literal identity depends on it. Any criticism is taken personally. And usually the response is hostility. If criticism of a show feels like a personal insult to you, that's not media literacy, that's just insecurity, bro. On top of that, they tend to go out of their way to attack anime they think is slop or beneath their refined taste. It makes the environment miserable to engage with because disagreeing isn't just disagreeing anymore, it turns into having your intelligence questioned. And at this point, there are so many of these people that you can't just pretend it's a loud minority. And unfortunately, in 2026, a lot of people genuinely tie their self-worth to the fiction they consume. To put it bluntly, it's annoying as fuck. Up until now, this has just been annoying. Really annoying. This is where it actually starts breaking discussion. The second issue is the black and white mindset this culture creates. We live in an era where anime discourse is boiled down to 3 words: peak, mid, or trash. That's it. No nuance. The problem isn't how childish that is, and it's childish. It's what it does to discussion. If an anime is considered peak by the community, you better not express dislike for it unless you enjoy being dogpiled. You'll get hit with, "You just want to be different, bro," or "You just didn't understand it." We've seen this cycle happen over and over again. Jujutsu Kaisen, when it was the new shiny thing, One Piece, when it hit the mainstream, that level of toxicity usually fades, but while it's happening, it completely drowns out real conversation, and it's annoying. And it's even worse on the other side. When the general consensus is that an anime is mid or just straight up ass, defending it is basically social suicide. Claiming it's good, or God forbid your favorite, will get you treated like you committed a crime. Anyone who was around when Boruto first came out knows exactly what I'm talking about. There was even a phase where people claimed Dragon Ball had no plot and therefore had no value, which is insane in hindsight, but that was very real. Don't forget. Now you see the same treatment aimed at solo leveling. This isn't criticism, it's sheep culture. Label it bad, don't engage, move on, and call everyone who likes it an idiot. And that kind of mindset permanently stains anime that people genuinely love. It affects their reach and reputation, not because of thoughtful critique, but because it wasn't deemed peak. If you think this is just people arguing online, you're missing the point. This mindset changes what anime gets made. The last issue, and easily the most dangerous if this culture keeps escalating, is how it could affect the creative process. The main reason it hasn't already is because there's still a barrier between Japanese creators and Western fandom discourse. We've seen this actually affect industries like Hollywood and gaming. We've all seen it. But as someone who creates, I can tell you, people massively underestimate the pressure to shape your work around audience expectations. At first glance, striving for peak sounds like a good thing for an author. But what even is peak? Who decides it? Is peak whatever the loudest group agrees is good this month or this week? There are plenty of anime that are ignored or hated by the broader community, but deeply loved by the niche audience they were made for. Why should those works be held to some universal standard decided by Twitter? That's how you create staleness. The rare anime that end up being loved by almost everyone usually weren't made with that goal in mind. They are the result of talent, cultural timing, and a bit of luck. Most masterpieces are masterpieces for specific audiences. There's a quote I always come back to. A masterpiece for everyone is a masterpiece for no one. Peak fiction culture doesn't just flatten discourse into dumb categories, it risks pressuring creators to sand down their work to appeal to everyone. And that's how you kill interesting art. And I'm not overreacting because we've seen this be done multiple times. This is why Hollywood is so risk averse. Because if they take the risk and it ends up being bad, now you're not even allowed to say it's good. So, what's the solution? Honestly, stop treating anime fandoms like places you need validation from. The moment opinions became something you could monetize or turn into some sort of social clout, fandom discourse went to shit. If you really want community, find smaller niche spaces where people actually talk instead of perform. Otherwise, you're better off learning to enjoy your personal masterpieces without needing the internet to approve them. Unfortunately, is it gonna get worse? Well, let's hope not.